Well, hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dave from Chase the Summit, and we are back on another live stream. Today, I just wanted to do what I did a few weeks ago for Prime Day. That was a while back when I came on and just kind of talked about the deals that I've seen throughout the day, interacted with the chat, we did some Q&A, it was a good time. So I thought I'd try that again today. However, if you listen closely, you will hear my kids screaming in the background because they are currently watching Christmas movies and building gingerbread houses right outside my office door. So excuse that. If you're joining from anywhere around the world, make sure you drop where you're from in the chat, where you're from, what you're up to today. Drop that in the chat. I'd love to hear from you. And yeah, so before we get into the deals of the day, things I've found so far, I do want to talk about a couple of things. First off, if you're new here, I review fitness tech. I look at a bunch of GPS watches, action cameras, things like that. And if you're into that sort of thing, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Give me the thumbs up, do all the things. I appreciate it. Also, I've got some merch. So of course, I'm going to shamelessly plug my stickers. These are the Chase the Summit holographic stickers. These are awesome. I really enjoy how these came out. And I've got these on the back of my own car, my wife's car, and all of my friends' cars. These are a couple of bucks. You can find the link in the description down below. And it helps support the channel. Free shipping in the US, so good stocking stuffer. That's a little tidbit right there. Maybe you could give that to your significant other. Another thing I want to bring up is, let's hope this button works. I've got this really sweet new hat coming. They're in the mail. I don't have them yet, but I do want to show you the design because I'm really excited about them. This is the Chase the Summit technical trucker hat, and it's actually from Boco, which is actually my favorite hat manufacturer. I've got a couple of them on the wall back here, and I reached out to them to see if they do a custom hat, and I'm so stoked on this thing. The design just looks so cool. So those are going to be coming in the next couple of weeks. They're listed as coming soon on the website, but I'm going to be wearing one of those. I'm very excited about them, and I wanted to share it with you. Okay, with that out of the way, let's talk about deals of the day. We've got a few people in the chat. Let's go through that real quick. We've got, oh man, I'm not going to be able to say that name. That's Endis Lisoviskis. I shouldn't have even tried on that one. Hello from Latvia. We've got hello from Greece. Hey, good. Thanks for stopping in. What time is it in Greece? We've got Josie. Hey, welcome back. I remember you from the last live stream. Hello from England. Hello to you. Matt LeGrand is in the house. Deals with Dave Dillon. Yes, it is. From Montreal. Awesome. Thanks for joining. So let's talk about what I've seen so far today. I know there's been a lot of talk about the deals, and it's so hard to pinpoint them because it seems like they come on, right, and then they're available, and maybe they're selling out or something, but they're like a flash in the pan, and then they were gone. So I want to talk about the ones I've seen so far. I've got a list here, and yeah, so let's get into that. Let's share the old display here. First off, I found this to be surprising. It's already gone. I was loading this webpage up before coming on live, and I saw that the Apple Watch SE was $50 off. That never happens. Apple never marks down their stuff, especially pretty new stuff like the Apple Watch SE. I actually just posted a video this morning featuring the Apple Watch SE as like one of the best things to get somebody for this holiday season. And it was down $50. That deal seems to have ended already, which stinks, but keep your eye out for that. That's a really good deal. Another thing I saw was the Apple Watch Series 3. 38 millimeter. Okay. That's already gone too. So all the stuff I want to talk about is probably already over. This was like right before coming on live. But the Apple Watch Series 3 was marked down like it was like 119 or something crazy. Like I've never seen Apple mark down things like that before. But that appears to be gone too. I know one thing that's not gone. I want to show you. Garmin 935. Yeah, the Garmin 935, $269 Black Friday deal. This was actually $269 back on Prime Day as well. But man, that is such a great device for under $300. That's really hard to beat. By the way, I did pre-filter all of these deals, and I've linked them down in the description. Those links are affiliate links. They help support my channel. You guys know how that all works. But yeah, I have filtered out some of the good deals and thrown them down there. So if you just want to cut to the chase, you can drop down there. We've got a whole bunch of other people in the chat. I'm using new software today for the chat, and it's so much better. I'm pretty happy about this. Okay. Great channel from the UK. Cool. Yeah, from the UK. Cool. Thanks for joining. Platts33. Welcome back, man. Good to see you. Hey, Dave. Hey to you. Marissa Blanchard. Hat looks great. Please give options in different colors. Okay, so that's a problem because I had to shell out all the money up front to buy the hats. So I only got one color for now, but depending how they sell, I'll possibly get some other colors. Something about that hat though, it's so cool looking. And I hope it does sell because I'm excited about it. It's a really high quality hat. It's a Boko gear hat. And that's my favorite brand for like all of the races I do, all of the running I do. I always wear a Boko hat. So I got that hat with my logo on it. I'm so stoked about that. But I'll see what I can do about colors in the future. Hey Dave, Matt from Bozeman. Got my kids watching a movie too while I install a new bathroom vanity. Good times. Man, we are dadding hard today, huh? I'm doing gingerbread houses and you're installing bathroom vanities. I'm glad to know I'm in good company. Thanks for joining, Matt. Hello from Ecuador. Hello to you. In Greece. Cool. Oh, wow. 2034. What time is that? Yeah, minus 12. 8 o'clock. Am I wrong? In Greece. We've got Sean Kelly in Ireland. CJ Cruz. Hello from Germany. Bought a Garmin Forerunner 245 from your reviews. Feels like I'll be spending a lot more money during this live stream. Maybe. I might be. I mean, I'll have to hide my screen when I'm putting in my credit card information because if I see a good deal, I can't turn them down. I have a problem with that. I've been like texting all my friends that need stuff like watches and stuff like, dude, you got to grab this. I was actually texting Ryan Clayton. You might know his channel. Some like nerdy computer photography stuff went on sale and I was like, dude, you got to jump on this. So I'm making everybody spend their money today. Hello, I'm from India. I want to buy an Apple Watch SE from Canada. My friends got it there and saved $150 difference from Canada. Wow, that's a great deal. Like I said, I saw it on sale on Amazon this morning, but it looks like it already ended. Hopefully it pops back up for like Cyber Monday or something, but who knows? They're hard to keep track of. Hi, Dave. Good to see you. Here from North London. Cool. Hi from Slovenia. Awesome. Just used Strava on my phone, but the Fenix 6 Pro on Amazon UK is $439 right now. Cheapest I've ever seen it. Tempted. Yeah, that's a crazy good deal. I actually saw it. I think it dropped down to $539 last night. Let's check where it is right now. Shall we? Let's see. Garmin Fenix 6. $549 here in the US, $529 renewed. Not really a great deal to save, what, $20 to get a used watch, but the option's there. At $549 though, that is a pretty solid price. You know, can't complain about that. Where did I go? My camera's not there anymore. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Oh, there's me. Jeez. There we go. I'm back in business. Okay. Yeah, so $549 right now. You know, good deal. I would love to see it drop to like closer to 500. That'd be really kind of crazy. You know, we'll see if we get there. Okay. Let's see. Hi, Dave. Good to see you, hero. We already covered that. Just may have to add that hat to my collection from Indiana, USA. Yeah, man, I'm super excited about it. Hopefully, I'm thinking like in the next 2 weeks I'll have them, but I have to like approve the proof and the sample and all that. But the wheels are turning, and I am so excited about it. Garmin 245 Music for $219, 745 HRM Pro for $449. Whoa, that's usually the newer stuff from Garmin doesn't. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm hitting the wrong button, guys. That's not the right button. That's the right button. Okay, so the Garmin 745. The Garmin 745. Yeah, so it's still $489. So it's marked down a tad bit. It was $499 when it launched. But man, when you've got the Garmin 945 here at $529, I have a whole video about this. I don't know why anyone would buy the 745. I know There's a ton of comments in my video that are like, man, I just love the smaller size and the thinner bezels. And I totally get that. I'm not dissing you or saying that's a bad idea. But like, in my opinion, the size difference isn't like that major. The weight difference is pretty minor. And you just get so much more with the 945. You get the onboard mapping. You get way longer battery life. I just prefer it. But I agree. I do hate those, where is it? There it is. I hate those chunky bezels. You know, it's a chunky, it's got some chunky bezels on it. It's definitely not up to 2020 standards or 2021 standards, but you know, it's still a great device. And for $500, it's $529 right now. But I have seen it drop down to $500 this morning. So you got to keep your eye on these things. They're like hovering all over the place. You know what I haven't checked? Coros watches. They never go on sale. And guess what? They're not on sale right now. I wonder if they're on sale on Coros's website. Sometimes they do that. But not on sale on Amazon. One thing that I will make no money off of because it's not an affiliate link, the Stride FootPod is on sale right now for $100 off. That is a crazy good price. You know, I haven't seen that drop that low before. So really good price there. The other thing I saw today was that the Nurvv Run Nerd. Thanks Apple. Yeah, these guys. So check this out. The Nurvv Run Insoles. I actually have a video about these on my channel if you go back in time and check it out. They're interesting. I'm back and forth on them because you have to wear this like chunky box on your ankle. But I still have them. I've used them off and on to test them out. But these are typically $299. And a big part of my initial impressions on these was that for $300, it's a really steep price to get into that, like getting those metrics from your foot. And so I think the Stride FootPod would be a better investment. But at $200, it's a lot more interesting. I still am yet to see, they're interesting, but my long-term review is still yet to come out. But yeah, you've got the Stride FootPod for $200, you got this for $200. There's a lot of options right now. If someone was looking to up their game with their metrics and try to understand more about their stride and their power and their form, both the Nurvv and the Stride are good options there. Okay, let's go back to, there we go. We've got a few more people in the chat. Let's see who we got here. We've got hello from Poland. Welcome. Hello from Sweden. Awesome. Thanks for joining. Hey, can you tell me the current Apple Watch SE 44 millimeter price? Apple Watch SE. Looks like, looks like $259 for the pink one. I don't know if you want the pink one or not. Let's see if there's any other colors on sale here. $289. Yeah, so that's not really that's a little bit of a cut. I think I paid around that at Best Buy when it launched. So not a really good deal, but like I said, Apple stuff doesn't typically go on sale. I think this actually got marked down this morning by $50, and that was pretty exciting. So it's too bad. Somebody's asking in the chat. Let's see here. Just had to send three 945s back due to the mushy buttons on all of them. Garmin are kindly sending me out a Fenix 6 Pro as an upgrade. That's interesting. I've heard a lot about those mushy buttons. I've never experienced them myself. Actually, my 945 broke, actually. My buttons weren't mushy, but I hit the back button while I was running and it crushed. It went all the way in. It didn't pop back out, and I couldn't get it to pop back out. So I reached out to Garmin and they sent me a brand new one within a couple of days, and I just had to send my old one back. This one is brand new. I just got it, and it's still pretty clicky. I don't know if you can hear it through the microphone, but it's clicky enough for me. Definitely, it doesn't feel quite as like crisp as a Fenix 6 when it's like got that nice satisfying, almost like a keyboard click, but it's still, it's good enough for me. I don't have any issues with it. Have you ever had any issues with the 945 or hear any from friends? I've been using the 945 religiously. This is actually the 745. I've got the 945 over here. I use this. This is my day-to-day, everyday watch. I'm only wearing the 745 right now for a video that I'm working on. But the 945, I've beaten the crap out of. I ran a 50 miler. I think I ran a 100 miler with it. It's got great battery life. It's got the maps built in, the music. Really, I can't say enough good things about it. I do wish I had the thinner bezels and maybe a slightly higher quality display. I just wish they'd take a Fenix and like cram it into a plastic case that was cheaper and lighter, because the Fenix is just too expensive and it's a little bit too heavy sometimes. I wore a Fenix for a very long time and I like it, but it is a chunky watch, especially for a guy like me who's pretty little. We've got Alvaro and Enrique. Let me try this. Alvaro Enriquez. Did I get? Man, I have such a Boston naming. I can't pronounce names. I'm trying though. Thanks for joining. Do we have a Coros deal? Let's check out their website, because I know sometimes they like to Coros.com. I know they like to like do their own deal and not put it on Amazon. Oh, I did see this. They're doing this this holiday mystery box thing. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, check this out. Have you guys seen this? This is really funny. So you can go and buy this mystery box for $19, and you may end up with an empty box I think there's the option for an empty box. You may end up with a $50 to $500 gift card, or you may end up with a signed piece of apparel from one of the athletes, the Coros athletes. Like, we have Kipchoge in there now, and we have Sage Canada. So you might end up with a shirt signed by them, and all you got to do is pay $19 to enter. It's such a weird thing. Like, I've never seen a brand do such a funky. I mean, I like it. It's different, but it makes me wonder, like, how honest. I mean, I'm not saying they're not an honest company, but like, they could totally just take everyone's money and not send anything out. It's kind of a unique system they're doing here. I just realized my overhead camera's in the shot. How come no one? There we go. That's better. Did anyone see that up there poking out? Yeah, so no Coros deals other than that mystery box thing. Seems like everything else is full price. So the Vertex here, let's try to buy it. Yeah, $6.99. Yikes that is crazy money for the Vertex. Holy moly. $5.99. That's a little bit better, but man, I feel like they need to mark that thing down a little bit. All right, we've got some more folks in the chat. Let's see who else. We've got Ryan Clayton in the house. Thanks for joining, Ryan. If you haven't checked out his channel, and also Matt Legrand's channel, he was up further in the chat. Go check out those guys. Great YouTube channels. Hello from South Africa. Hello to you. Welcome. Dave, your opinion, the best choice for running under 50 miles, around $200 right now. Polar Ignite, Coros Pace 2, Garmin Forerunner 45, Garmin Forerunner 735, or something else. So 50 miles in one shot, like an ultra marathon, that kind of depends. My go-to default recommendation for just about everybody these days that's like, oh, I'm using my phone, I want to get into GPS watches, but I don't know what to buy, I have kind of a tight budget. My default right now is the Coros Pace 2, because my initial review was not very good. I had bad GPS accuracy out of the box. Where is my Pace 2? I've got a, this is how professional I am. I have a box full of watches next to me that I just dig through when I need something. That's very professional, right? Well, I can't find my Pace 2 right now, but the Pace 2 has become my default recommendation, because for $200, you get so many features in that watch. And after I got my replacement device, it turned out my first one was just faulty. I had really good GPS accuracy with the second one that I got. So no complaints. It's a really good watch. Now, if you need navigation, and this is where that question, if it's 50 miles in one shot, or if maybe you're doing 50 miles a week or something like that, depending if this is a 50-mile trail race where you need navigation features, like you want to put a GPX file on your watch to follow a course, that's when I'd say lean towards something. What else do you have here? You've got the 445. That's when I'd lean out of these four. I'd say the 735 is probably the best bet, because you can follow a GPS course on that. I don't think the 45 can do that. The Polar Ignite definitely can't do that. And the Pace 2 has no navigation features, not even a compass, nothing. Actually, there is a compass, sorry. But you can't follow a course on it. If you want to do that, you have to step up to the Apex. But that said, if you're just primarily a road runner and you're somebody just trying to get into GPS watches, I would say the Pace 2 is a really solid option. I've really enjoyed my time with it, and I dig the nylon band option too. It's really nice. We've got Ryan Clayton. Any Insta360 deals? I don't know if you saw my screen when I was sharing. I actually had one up already. This is a really good deal. I don't know if you guys are into action cameras or not, but Insta360 actually just sent me this camera. This is the Insta360 One R, and I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. It showed up yesterday or the day before. So I'm going to be reviewing this and comparing it against the GoPro Hero 9 that I have. Actually, the Hero 9's right here. These are both awesome cameras. I'm super excited about this one. But this is a really unique camera. I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but it's got a modular design. So you can pop the lens off and put a different kind of camera on. So it can be a 360 camera where you can see everything around you, or you can like frame shots in real time. It's crazy. Or you can swap it out to put a standard GoPro lens on it by like unclicking it like a Lego and putting it back together. And these are they're not cheap. They're not cheap cameras at all. But this one's been marked down $80 right now. $407, which is still not cheap. That's actually what the GoPro is right now as well. But this is a lot more versatile. It's got a lot more options. And I'm really stoked to open this one up and try it out. That's going to be my next video, I think maybe next week. But yeah, that's a great deal. On the topic of action cameras, there's another good deal in here that I saw earlier. You know what I hate? Autocorrect. Like, why is my computer trying to autocorrect me? So the DJI Osmo Action was a camera I used for a very long time. A lot of my videos on this channel were filmed with it, and I really loved that thing. And I paid $329 for it out of my pocket. And right now on Amazon, it's $199. And that is just bonkers. That is such an amazing camera for $200, waterproof. You don't need a case for it or anything. 4K 60 frames per second. It's got the front facing little screen so you can see yourself. It's really like, I don't know if you're anything like me. I love like documenting my runs and hikes and stuff. So just having that front facing screen to like see where you are in the shot, it's really valuable stuff. So really exciting to see that price drop so low. Definitely, if you're in the market and you're like, you're not sure if you're going to use one, like, I use my phone so much. Why do I need an action camera? This is like a great entry point to the action camera world because it's so cheap right now. I mean, cheap, relatively speaking, $200 is still $200, but for what you're getting, it's a lot. And then the GoPro also is on sale right now. The Hero 9, where do we got on that one? So $399, and it doesn't sound like a great deal, because it's $499 on here, but if you go on GoPro's website, you can actually get it for $349 if you sign up for their like cloud service or whatever. So you can actually get a better deal directly through GoPro's website if you're interested in that. All right, let's see who else we got in the chat. We've got MXP Batbix. Hello from Utah. Hello to you. Thanks for joining. Hello from Belgium, Dave. I love your channel. Probably no deals on the Polar Vantage V2. I checked earlier, but this is what the live stream's all about right now. Let's check again. Polar Vantage V2. Nope. Still $499. And it's a steep price, I think, a little bit, in my opinion. I do love the build quality. Where's my... There it is. Did I tell everybody that my first one broke? The silver one. I still have it. Yeah, this one. Let's go back to the main camera and then switch cameras. Burp. So I've got two of them now. This one's the new one. The silver one here. This one I went out for a run to do some testing with it against the 745 that I'm wearing here. And I started my run and the screen like glitched out and then it just turned off and would not turn back on again. After I reached out to Polar, they told me because this is a beta unit, it wasn't even like production unit. So it didn't come in a box or anything. I got this in like a Ziploc bag the day before launch. So they told me it was a beta issue, and I believe that. So there's nothing to panic about there. So they replaced it with this new one, and I kind of dig this one. I like the color scheme here. The nice thing about the Polar Vantage V2 is how like they crammed a lot in such a little thin, lightweight, good looking device. I really like how this looks. Again, I do wish they could have done something with the bezels. It's hard to see the bezels because I got my fingerprints all over it. But, if they could just bring that screen out to the edge, it's the future. We're in 2020. My kids got like the virtual reality in the living room, and we can't thin out the bezels on these fitness watches. I don't know what those have to do with each other, but I'm just saying it's the future. We should have that technology by now. But yeah, no deals on the Polar Vantage V2 right now. Not surprising. It's a brand new device. But maybe direct from Polar. Maybe they'll do something on Cyber Monday. Who knows? Okay, Forerunner 245. I like to hike and trail run. How big of an issue is it that I'm missing an altimeter? Fenix 6S Pro is so heavy. Yeah. I have a big problem with the weight of watches too. I wore a Fenix 6 Pro Sapphire for a very long time, and I loved that watch. It had a lot of character. It felt like you got your money's worth, like it's a timepiece, But after a while, it became apparent. The more watches I was testing out, I was like, wow, these lightweight little, like this 745 here, they're so light and comfortable. And putting that Fenix back on was just like, I felt like I was putting an iron bracelet back on my wrist. It's some people like that feeling, that, premium feeling. And I do too, but only, when I'm, going out to dinner or something, trying to be fancy. I don't know. Like for running and for everyday use and fitness stuff, having a lighter weight, smaller watch is definitely a little bit of an advantage in my opinion. So I went off on a tangent there, but missing the altimeter, not in my opinion, not a huge deal unless you you look at that data critically. If you want to see every little peak and valley in your data after your run, then it might be a bigger deal. In my opinion, that that GPS corrected data that Garmin and Strava and everything use, it's pretty good. And I run with a lot of people who have like the original Coros Pace or even like the Garmin 45. And our data matches up pretty closely, like within 100 feet or something. So I don't feel like it's a huge deal. I don't think it should be a deal breaker whether or not you're going to buy something, unless, like I said, you do like hill repeats and you want perfect data. That's when the altimeter comes into play. But you don't necessarily need it. Hope that helps. Chase, hello from Toronto. The name's Dave, but hello. Wondering if there are any new scratches on your Fenix 6. Did you get the metal bezel like I suggested a while back? I actually do not have a Fenix 6 in my possession at the current time. That one I had to purchase with my own money, and since I have so many watches and I made so much content about that product already, I decided to sell it to fund some other stuff for the channel. I do intend on picking up another one if the prices get low enough, because it is nice. After I got rid of it, I kind of regretted it because I used it as a baseline of comparison to a lot of other stuff. But like I said before, the Garmin 945 is like 95% of what the Fenix is. So if I want to test something and try to compare what it would be like against a Fenix 6, I can just use the 945. But I'll certainly be picking up the Fenix 7, whatever that is, or the next Forerunner. I'll definitely be getting one of those for comparison. But to answer your question, the Fenix 6 Pro Solar I ended up scratching the lens on, and that was heartbreaking. Sun's really loud out there. Can you guys hear all that noise? I think my wife is vacuuming right outside my live streaming door. Perfect timing. Oh, man. Hey, I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. A little off topic, but what are your thoughts on the upcoming Citizen Google Wear Watch? I actually did see that. That's interesting that you bring that up. It's not off topic. You could use that as a fitness watch if you wanted to. I actually reached out to them because I thought it would be cool to have something that different on my channel. I didn't hear back. I also reached out to Fossil because they also make a Wear OS watch, and yeah, they didn't get back to me either. But they look really interesting, and maybe I'll pick something like that up to try it out on the channel. Okay. Germany, Fenix 6 Pro and Forerunner 945 are both 521 euros on Amazon. Yeah, it's a great deal. I don't know what euros are to dollars, US dollars right now, but I think it's about the same value-wise right now. What about hydration vests? That's a good question. Let's check out hydration vests, shall we? Can you guys hear my wife vacuuming right now, by the way? Because it's annoying me. Okay. Oh, by the way, quick plug for people that are new here. This is the Chase Summit Boko gear hat I have on order. The initial order will be in a couple weeks. If you're interested in picking one up, check out the link down in the description. Very excited about that. Okay. So I'm looking up what are we looking up? Oh yeah, hydration vests. So let's check out Salomon for that. So the Advanced Skin 5 sets, $144. That is not a good deal. And actually, it might be higher than usual. Not sure why. The Advanced Skin 5 set in black is the same price. Yeah, I don't see anything there. Salomon. So Solomon's not on the Black Friday wagon. What about Ultimate Direction? These are all like popular US brands, by the way. If you have a brand in particular that's from your area, I know there's a lot of different brands in different parts of the world. These are just the ones I'm familiar with. So nothing on Amazon, but I did get an email from them. Oh boy, my kid's crying. This is why I typically stream in the middle of the night, like at 8 o'clock when the kids are asleep. This was a big risk. This is a big risk going live with everyone awake in the house. Oh boy. Okay, Ultimate Direction. Yeah, so on their website, yeah, I'm just making sure I'm not signed in under my like media discount thing. Yeah, so on their website, they appear to have a few deals going on. They've got the 25% off up top here with free shipping on all orders, which is a great deal. And yeah, so they got some of these look like they're additionally knocked off, like this men's hoodie here. Hey, guys.
What's up, everybody?
Oh, boy. My kids are in the office. Can you guys go back out there?
What's up?
Okay. That's cool.
Okay, bye-bye.
Kids are live. I thought I barricaded the door enough, but
No, you didn't.
they got in. This is the risk I play when I go live in the middle of the day.
That's that big thing about
Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so Ultimate Direction is a good deal if you go on their website, but they don't have anything right now on Amazon. So there's that. Okay, that was the hydration vest. Hi from Costa Rica. Hello, thanks for joining. Just bought a Garmin Fenix 6 Pro from Amazon. Decent deal. Want it to work on my Stride FootPod. Yeah. The Garmin stuff with the Stride FootPod is really awesome. Now that they have the built-in workouts, you can sync up with the watch using the app. That is a really killer feature now. Got a little heart there. Thank you very much. How do you think Coros will release something top level nearest time? Maybe the Vertex 2. Potentially, it's about time. I think the next release from Coros is going to be something to do with the Apex. That's my hunch, my speculation. Because the Apex came out, was it 2 years ago now? Might have been 2 years ago. And, it's ripe for an upgrade at this point, even though it's still an awesome watch. I really like it for that, especially for that price point. It's a really good deal. But I think the Apex 2 is probably right around the corner. And the weird thing is I keep scratching my head on what they can do to like set it apart, because they've got new releases like the Pace 2, but the Pace 2 has all of the same features that the other watches have. And even like the high-end Vertex doesn't really have any features that set it apart from the Apex Pro other than that like bonkers battery life of 60 hours in GPS mode and like a month or more in standby time. But what could they put on the Apex? I'm curious. Throw it in the chat if you've got some ideas on what they're going to do. what could they put on the Apex 2 to make it that much better than the original Apex? Because I can't think of anything, you know. I don't know if they'll ever do maps. That's something that only Garmin's doing right now. I don't know if they'll ever do onboard music, because that's kind of their shtick, you know, just being like rock solid, reliable, simple tools for getting the job done. And they don't put a lot of bloat on their watches. So there's no Wi-Fi, there's no none of that music, there's no mapping. It's just a really good GPS tracker. So I'm wondering what happens next. You know, does the Apex 2 have more premium build quality? Does it have better battery life? It's hard to say. I don't know where the technology is going to take them, but I'm interested to find out. Okay. What's the best watch for skiing and mountain biking training on the side? Skiing and mountain biking, you know, the Garmin's have an advantage. I hate to keep saying Garmin, but they do have an advantage with skiing, because you can actually download resort ski maps onto your watch. And that's actually pretty cool when you're out there, because you can see your runs in relation to the actual map of the resort, which is pretty cool. And especially cool if you're doing like side country stuff where you're hiking a little bit, or you're touring with skinned skis, and you're going off the track a little bit and then doing a downhill run and then doing a little bit more side country. That can be really handy to have a map on your wrist while you're doing that. That's only, you know, if you're really that into it. Personally, I don't know if I've ever like functionally used the maps. I have a couple of times for touring, but yeah, for skiing, the Garmin's do have an advantage there. But a lot of the modern day watches, even Coros and Polar, they all have a profile for skiing that'll track your distance and your runs and your elevation descent and all that stuff. But Garmin does take it a little step further by having the onboard mapping. And in terms of mountain biking, your options are, you know, pretty endless there. I'd say Garmin because they have the maps again. But if you're somebody who's familiar with your trails, or you're okay with the breadcrumb trail, any of the watches, you know, the Polar Grid X, the Coros Apex Pro, the Garmin Fenix 6 base model, even without the maps, they'll all do the job if you don't need to have that onboard mapping. The CrossFit and running side of things gets a little more complex because, like I said before, if you're just a runner on a road, you never go on the trails, or you go on trails that are like well packed out and you know that trail very well. You don't need to have any navigation features. The Coros Apex Pro is really awesome. It's for $200. It's such a good deal. So I would steer you in that direction. And for CrossFit, the Pace 2 can handle that too. It could collect your heart rate data, albeit I didn't have like awesome results from the heart rate sensor. But yeah, you know, actually there's a whole channel dedicated to CrossFit tracking. I think he might be in the chat today. Fit Gear Hunter is his name. I think that's his YouTube channel. Go check out his channel because all he does is CrossFit tracking and how his devices work for him for that application. I'm not much of a CrossFit person, so I'm not going to comment on it. Hope that helps. By the way, did anybody catch my shirt, by the way? My wife bought me this. Check this out. It says, "Don't hog the nog," and I kind of love it. A little bit of a dad joke there. Okay. For the record, route while running, doing some indoor recording, is the GoPro 9 bundle worth it to buy now? Let me backtrack. I read that all wrong. For recording a route while running, there we go. Doing some indoor recording, is the GoPro 9 bundle worth buying right now? I didn't look at the bundle. Let's look at that right now. Nope, that's Coros. Let's go back to Amazon.com. GoPro Hero 9 bundle. So there's a couple of different bundles on here, and I hate how they do this. They're like the non-official bundles where they mark it up $15 and then they like pack it full of a bunch of crap that you're probably not going to use. I like the actual GoPro, like this. Is this one a legit GoPro bundle? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure which bundle you're talking about. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, that's the GoPro Hero 8. Holy moly, that's a great deal. That's a good one right there. So you got $299. You get the GoPro Hero 8, which is still a great camera. Even though the 9 is out, the 8 is a really solid camera. And then you also get an extra battery, an SD card, and you get the head strap and the GoPro Shorty stick, which I love. I don't have a branded GoPro Shorty because it's like $40, but I have this guy. I don't know, maybe I can show this on the top down screen here. Yeah, here we go. So this is my little GoPro setup for running. And this thing, I think I'll link this down in description after the video. This is like a knockoff of the GoPro Shorty, but it's so handy for trail running because I can just, I can shut it all up and make it nice and compact, stick it in my vest, and then when I want to use it, I just pull it out like that. I can tilt this back so it's aiming at me, and then hold it at an arm's length. And then another thing I really like to do when I'm running for these, videos I put on my channel is this is actually a little mini tripod too. So I can put this out like that. I can set it up, and then I can run by it and get some cool action shot B-roll. So I really enjoy that. But I will say this cheap, version, it works, but it's kind of like it rattles a little bit, and you can hear it in the audio of the recordings I make. So I want that official GoPro one, but it's always been a little bit too expensive, and it's included in this bundle. That's a great deal. $299 for the camera, the Shorty stick, the head strap, extra battery. That's a really good deal. Even the 7, holy smokes, $229 for the Hero 7. That's almost the same price as the DJI Osmo Action. These things are just getting so cheap. It's crazy. And I wonder how they're gonna progress from here. What's the Hero 10 gonna do that's gonna make it so much better than the Hero 9? So is it worth buying? I love the Hero 9. I've had a lot of fun with it. I think it's right now the best action camera on the market, pending this Insta360 One R that I'm gonna review next week. I'm really excited about that. Hopefully I can get on the trails and get some really cool side-by-side footage of the two. I'm excited about this one because it has that 1-inch sensor. So it's got a much bigger imaging sensor compared to the GoPro. So theoretically, the low light performance and image quality should be a little sharper, a little bit cleaner. So I'm interested to compare, but we'll find out. Is it worth buying? I say yes, if you can afford it, especially today with all the sales going on. Okay, hi from Slovakia. Welcome. Great channel. Thanks. Appreciate it. Rolling on the floor at the kids. I know. It's funny. I actually, this is how New England I am. I don't know if anyone's familiar with what we do here in New England, but this time of year, you always have an ice scraper, like for your car to scrape off your window by the door. And sometimes I use it as a way to lock my office door. I prop up my ice scraper against it like a barricade. You know how people put a chair under the doorknob? I use my ice scraper to try to lock them out, but they got through it, and then they came in. My 8-year-old really loves being on YouTube, so he got his moment today. What do you think about the Suunto deals? Oh, it's a good question. I saw a couple of those. Let's look at that. Suunto. I saw Suunto 7. Stunt. Okay, so we've got the Suunto 9 Barrow for $346. That is a really good price. It's hard to believe that watch was $600 when it launched, and it's down to $346 now. That's a great deal. Something to note about that, I've got one here actually. There it is, this big chunky boy. This is a big watch. The Suunto 9 Barrow just received a firmware update like a month ago that gave it a lot more functionality for route navigation and a bunch of other stuff. So they're still trying to update it. I like that. That makes me happy. For someone who invested $600 a year ago, it's probably a good feeling when you get a firmware update on a watch. So it's good to see that. At $346, that's a really compelling option. It's for the right person though. If you're in the Suunto ecosystem, you like their devices, you like big watches, because this is a big watch. It's a big one, right? Let's compare it to here's the Garmin 745, and here's the Suunto 9. I could probably fit the 745 inside the case of the Suunto 9. So if you're into big watches, it's a good option. For me, it's a little bit too big. I don't have a huge wrist, especially in this white color. It really screams for attention. But it is a really solid device. It's got decent battery life. In regular GPS mode, I think you get 25 hours. And the cool thing about the Suunto 9 that was its claim to fame when it came out was the adaptive power modes. So, when you hit 10%, you can have it drop into a lower power state, so you get a little bit more GPS battery life out of it. So I have nothing bad to say about it. I just think there's a lot more compelling options on the market, and at $350, it's a good deal. It's a good deal. But at $350, you can also get a Coros Pace, or not a Pace 2, but you could get a Pace 2 and save $150. But you can also get the Coros Apex at $350. What else is $350? Forerunner 245, which is also a really good device. And the Forerunner 935 from last generation is $269 today. So with all that said, that's a really competitive market. But if you like that kind of rugged, outdoorsy type of watch, and you're already in the Suunto ecosystem using like an Ambit or something like that, Suunto 9 is a good upgrade. And that's a great price right now. Now, if we scroll down, I did see another deal here. Wait, there it is. Suunto 7. Interestingly enough, where is it? Yeah, so interestingly enough, the Suunto 7 is the same price as the Suunto 9 right now. These are both the same price, and they are very different watches. You've got, oh, I didn't share my screen. Here, there we go. $345 for the Suunto 7, and then $346 for the Suunto 9. So you could get either one of these watches for essentially the same amount of money, and they're almost the same size too, which is interesting. Obviously, if you're not familiar with these two, the Suunto 7 is a Google Wear OS watch, so you got to download apps from the App Store, but it is very capable still as an outdoor watch because, again, they've been updating the firmware on this. Now it has route navigation, which is really cool. You have to do it from your phone. It's not like a standalone thing, but at least it's supported. And it's also one of the few devices on the market in general that has offline maps. That's something that's still very rare by today's standards. And I wish it wasn't rare because that's something I really like. I know there's so many people out there that don't care about the offline maps. I'm not one of them. I really like that feature. I know if you're just a road runner, you don't need the maps, whatever. But my wife even recently got a Garmin Fenix 5S Plus has mapping, and she's kind of fallen in love with having that mapping on her wrist as well. I'm a bad influence. Today I got the Polar H9 chest strap. I had to share. Unfortunately, it wasn't in any Black Friday offer. You could check HR straps for your people if there's anything nice to offer. There is a good deal on the heart rate straps. That's good. Good job bringing that up. So today I did notice that the Polar H10, which is a little bit of a step up from the H9. I love the H9, by the way. Nothing wrong with that. But check this out. Polar H10 is $71 on Amazon. That is awesome. That's a great deal. That's like, $10 off? And I think that original price was actually marked down as well. So this is like 20% off. So great deal. Also comes in different colors, which is kind of unique. You don't get that with every heart rate strap. I like that they do that. But yeah, I like the H9 as well. Let's see if the H9 is on sale. So $60, same price as usual for the H9. The H7 is, it's got some discount on it. Pretty good. I really like Polar chest straps. Let's see if Garmin's HRMs are on sale. Wow. Yeah, they marked down the HRM Pro. So the HRM Pro, I have one around here somewhere, is a really awesome heart rate strap. I got one right when the 745 launched. They sent one to me, and super accurate, gives you running power from the device itself, pairs to any Garmin, gives you all the advanced running metrics. It's got built-in storage, so you don't necessarily have to have your watch with you while you do activities, which is really cool. And at launch, it was $129, so looks like they shaved off $20 for the Black Friday sale. Another great deal down here even further is $75 for the HRM Tri. That's a good deal as well. Because the HRM Tri is almost exactly what the HRM Pro is without Bluetooth. So you can't pair it with any device. You can only pair it really with Garmin's or anything that has ANT+. Whereas the HRM Pro has both Bluetooth and ANT+, and it can dual broadcast. So if you're on a treadmill, you can record heart rate data to your watch also, and also broadcast it to the treadmill to see it up on the screen. It's a really nice feature. Okay. Thanks for that. Yeah, that's good catch. Are you doing the Suunto 9 review soon? That's a good question. I've been back and forth with that. You know, I wore it for a couple of weeks to collect some data for a review, but then I just thought to myself, like, in what capacity do I review it? I thought maybe maybe the title could be like, Suunto 9 in 2020 or 2021, and then compare it to some of the recent offerings. I just don't know how to come at it. But yeah, there is something coming because I think I have to give this one back. But yeah, there's something coming. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe, of course. Is it a sale on the GoPro site as well? Yes, it is. It's on sale on Amazon and on GoPro. Josie, got to go for my run. Thanks for this. Hey, thanks for joining, Josie. See you next time. Sorry for the typo. No problem. Thank you for posting about the Garmin 5X Sapphire sale on Amazon about 3 weeks ago. Best $300 I ever spent this year. Yeah, that was a great deal. And it's actually on sale again today, I think, for the same price. Let's check it. Garmin Fenix 6, or 5X rather. Too many Garmins. I bet it's sold out if they did that again. $375. So you still got a great deal. You didn't miss anything. You bought it at the right time. So the 5X Sapphire is $329 renewed, but that wasn't a renewed one a few weeks ago. That was brand new. That was a really good deal. $339 here. So yeah, you still got a good deal. Nice work on that one. Okay. Let's check some other questions here. If you go directly to Salomon, you get 25% off everything. Ooh, good catch. So if you're interested in a hydration vest, I've got a lot of Salomon. I like the Advanced Skin series and the S-Lab vest. So if you're in the market, Marissa caught that on Salomon.com. You get 25% off. Dave, did you see any good running shoe deals? Not sure if you covered this already. Love from Toronto. I haven't yet. Let's check it out. I'm a ultra runner. I don't know what you guys run in, but let's check in ultra shoes. Type that in. Be generic about it. Lately, I've actually been having a hard time finding the right shoes because it seems like they're out of stock everywhere. You know, it's like a bad time of the year to buy running shoes because, winter's coming and they're out of stock everywhere. So right off the bat, we've got the Olympus 4. That's definitely not on sale. The women's Escalante 2 is like half off. That's a really good deal. The Lone Peak. Oh, it's $7 off. Come on. We can do more than $7 off for the Lone Peak 4.5. By the way, that's my shoe of choice. I love these. Let's see if the other color. Ooh, I hate when they do these ranges on Amazon. It's like you could be 92 or 93. So you have to like select your size and then cycle through all of them to see if you can catch that lower priced color. Yeah, it's not happening in my 10.5 foot size. But yeah, 109. That's $10 off. That's not too bad. Let's check out what are some other popular brands. Maybe Salomon trail runners. So yeah, again, it looks like you'll get a better deal from Salomon.com, 20% off everything. But there are some good deals here, like the Speed Cross. These are super popular trail running shoes. These are $99, marked down from $130. And the men's Sense Ride, these are pretty popular in the winter because they have Gore-Tex. That's down to $120 from $160. It's a pretty good deal. Oh, wow, that's cool. That's cool, Gator. Has nothing to do with what we're talking about here, but I like that. Yeah. What else? Brooks, maybe? Brooks trail running shoes. Where? Jeez. Oh, there's one black. So Cascadia 13s are down to $82 from $130. That's a pretty awesome deal. I know that Cascadias are really popular, especially with through hikers. A lot of people doing the Appalachian Trail in my neck of the woods here. They always come through wearing the Cascadias or another shoe like that. So yeah, it's weird. It seems like on the shoe front, there isn't a whole lot of good deals with like big brand names. Let's check out just typing in trail running shoes. Sometimes they'll have like no name brands at really good Really good deals. I don't see any. Oh, there's one. Le Yang. That's the most generic name I've ever heard. So yeah, doesn't seem like really good deals on the shoes on Amazon, but it sounds like if you go like Marissa mentioned, yeah, if you go to Solomon's website or even like I showed you with Ultimate Direction, a lot of these brands are doing direct sales, and I know that's because Amazon is taking a cut of their sales. So by doing it direct, they can save a little bit of money. So I would check out the website of the shoe brand that you're most interested in to look out for those deals. Now that I said that, I really want to check out Ultra's website. Let's see. They don't even have a Black Friday like ad up. Bummer. So it seems like there's no Black Friday deals for Ultra this year. That's too bad. Oh well. At least I just bought a pair of shoes, so I don't need them. But I'd probably buy a back order or some that I can put in the side of the room for when these ones fall apart. Marissa says Apex 2 music. I don't know. I have a hard time believing that. Oops, I didn't put you on screen. There you go. Apex 2 music. I have a hard time believing that because like the whole thing with Coros is like their shtick is just being simple. They don't like to put a lot of bloat in their devices. So I don't know if we'll see music or maps on a Coros device. That seems pretty unlikely to me, but anything could happen, I guess. You might be right. Would you recommend the Garmin vivoactive 4 or Forerunner 745? That really depends. So the Forerunner 745 is kind of it's a weird device for me because it really only makes sense for a triathlete. If you're an Ironman type person or you do like sprint triathlons, 745 is awesome. It's got really helpful training tools. It's very, very small and lightweight. It has enough battery life to get you through those efforts. But for $500, it's an expensive watch for what it is. And I think you could get something much cheaper with more features that you probably care about. But, if you're a triathlete, 745 makes a ton of sense. If you're not a triathlete, it makes a lot less sense. And yeah, so if you're a runner, particularly, like I keep saying, the Coros Pace 2 is a really good watch for that. And if you're in that $500 budget range, something like the Apex Pro, the Coros Apex Pro, the Garmin 245 is a great option for runners. I would say if you're a runner, the 245 is a better buy than the 745 because you get a bit more battery life and you get features that are specifically tailored for a runner. That said, you can't do any multi-sport activities on the 245. So like I said, if you're a triathlete, you kind of have to get the 745 or the 945. I hope that answers your question. Without knowing, particularly what you do, it's hard to say. The HRM Tri for $75 in Europe, is it worth it? Yeah, that's a great. If you're using Ant Plus enabled watches, that's the only way because it doesn't have Bluetooth on it. So you can't use it with like a Polar or a Suunto or something like that. But if you're a Garmin, if you're in the Garmin ecosystem, the HRM Tri is awesome. Just as good as the HRM Pro. Just doesn't have Bluetooth. Can you recommend a budget GPS watch that you can download music to? Thanks. Let me think about that. What's the cheapest one that does music? It's got to be the Garmin 645M, maybe? Because it's kind of older. I always forget to turn off my Bluetooth on my phone, and then when my phone buzzes, when I get a notification, every watch in this office, like the whole room vibrates because like 30 watches are getting a notification. And I like to turn that off before I get on the air, but I forgot today. Yeah, so here we go. The Garmin Forerunner 645 is $219 right now. That's a Black Friday deal. That's a really good price. Originally it was $449. So I think this is probably the best budget watch with music on it. The only other, yeah, probably. Yeah, I think that would be it. So I would aim for the 645 music. It's also a very capable watch. Okay, let's go back to the main screen. Oh, cool. Yeah. Have you watched the Killian Jornet? Am I saying that right? I always say it wrong. Jornet. 24-hour attempt that's live on YouTube now. I watched a little bit of it earlier on, and that guy is such a beast. Like, if you watch his mountain running first-person videos with the GoPro, and he's like on this knife edge cliff, and he's just running like 7-minute miles on this like razor sharp fall off and die both ways cliff. That guy's it's amazing stuff, and he continues to like push the limits of what can be done in this sport. So I'm excited to see what happens today. I don't know, when does that end? What time is it there? I don't even know. But yeah, that's super exciting stuff. That's right up there with like that attempt that Courtney Dauwalter did a few months ago on the Colorado Trail. People are just, it seems like during the pandemic, we're all, we've got idle hands, and all these amazing athletes are just getting out there and trying to like do amazing stuff. But I haven't seen where he is right now or how far he's gone, but I did watch a little earlier. Really exciting stuff. Any opinions on the Adidas Terex Gore-Tex shoes for trail running? That's interesting. I tried those when I first got into the sport. They didn't work with my feet, but I do know people that use them. So certainly not a bad brand by any means, but they don't work for me. So if they work for you, the only thing is, like with all shoes, your foot has to work in that shoe. And it's hard for me to recommend a shoe, because I'm not like a shoe guru. If you want a shoe guru, go check out Seth Demore or Kafuzi's channel. Those guys are the shoe experts. But I am big on like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. So I run with Ultra, and I have for a very long time. But I have tried a few others. And I'm thinking about like getting more nerdy about it, because it would make for some more compelling content on my channel. I'm uncomfortable recommending shoes for some reason. I just feel like someone's going to get mad at me because I'll recommend a shoe that destroys their foot, and they're going to blame me. So, I think it's a good shoe. I haven't heard bad things. I think it gets generally pretty good reviews. But I don't have firsthand experience with it. So, that's all I can say about that. Oh, good. My wife, they dumped a bag of sprinkles all over the kitchen floor. I couldn't not vacuum it up. All right. I can accept that. If anyone was here a little while ago, my wife was vacuuming outside the door, because she was making cookies with our kids, and apparently they dumped a box of sprinkles on the floor. What budget hydration vest would you recommend? Oh, I have an answer for that one. If you go back on my channel, I need a sip of water. Good dry throat. If you go back on my channel, I don't know, 10, 15 videos ago. Man, I make too many videos. I posted a video called "Does It Suck?" and it was about the UtoBest hydration vest, and it was the cheapest. I went on Amazon. I just bought the cheapest vest I could find, which turned out to be this vest that was $17, and it works surprisingly well. Like, it fits really good. It has a nice form fit to it. It doesn't feel over constrained or anything. And yeah, solid vest so far. So I would recommend that. The Uto Vest 5 liter. Again, I don't have a link in the description for that, but if you go back a few videos, you'll find that link. The only problem with it was it didn't come with flasks. You have to buy your own or use ones you already have. But some people like to do that anyways, because some people don't like soft flasks, and maybe they want to use hard flasks or something like that. So you could probably buy budget hard flasks or soft flasks and that vest under $30. And it was a good vest. It looked a little like the logo was kind of weird, but overall it looked pretty cool. It looked like a Solomon. So on a budget, I would check that out for sure. Did you find any good deals on hydration? Rob, yeah, so we covered that a little while ago. If you go to Solomon or Ultimate Directions website, you can get 25% off on both of those websites. Not on Amazon, though, only directly through their website. So go check out the websites for the best deals there. Hi, Dave. What do you think about the Withings Scan Watch? Let me look that up. Withing Steel Hybrid smartwatch. This one. Honestly, I'm not too familiar with this brand in general. I've heard of them. I know they're in the wearable space, but I haven't tried it. Do they make one that's like a Google Wear watch, or are these analog? It's hard to say. Oh, okay. So it's got a little digital readout. Does it have GPS on board? Yep. It has. Oh no, connected GPS. That's why. Yeah. So I typically on my channel don't do anything with connected GPS where the device doesn't actually have GPS on board and it's using your phone's GPS. But I have tried one, the Polar Unite, which I have over here somewhere. That was pretty cool. I don't have any experience with the Withings Scam Watch, but I'll stay posted on that. Thanks for the question. Pace 2 versus 245. It really depends. If it's your first watch and you're not invested in any ecosystem, maybe check out the Pace 2. But for a lot of people, they're already in the Garmin ecosystem. They know how to use it. They're accustomed to the app and the website. Then the 245 makes more sense because it's not a huge learning curve, and then all of your previous runs and data will be there. The 245 does have an advantage in terms of features. You get your VO2 max readout and your training load and all that stuff. Coros does offer that. However, I find it inaccurate. I know they put a lot of work into it, and I'm not trying to say anything negative about them, but for me, in my use, I found it to be relatively inaccurate in terms of like sleep tracking, VO2 max, the fitness index, all that stuff just never really worked well for me. Even the training load didn't work that well for me. So I like how Garmin does it a little bit better there. So the tools are a little bit more functional, but they were both great devices. And like I said, the Pace 2 has become kind of my de facto recommendation for budget GPS watch because it's super inexpensive and it's just crammed with features. Like, it is the perfect first GPS watch. If you've never had one before, you just want to dip your toe in, see what it's all about. The Pace 2 is a really good option for that. Okay. Is the Garmin Forerunner 645 better than the 245? The numbers would suggest, right? But I think the 245 actually has a leg up in some areas. I forget what the feature difference are. I think it might be something to do with like the training load. So the 245 is more expensive, but that doesn't mean it's better. I do think it has something to do with the training load and some of those like more advanced running features. And also I think it's the ability to connect to like the HRM Pro chest strap and get all that advanced running data. But it's a little bit newer too. The 245 is a little bit newer than the 645. Best wearable for recovery management. I've used the Whoop strap for 12 months and looking for similar products, metrics, and for running. Budget around 300 euros. I don't know what 300 euros is in dollars, US dollars, but I think it's like around the same. For that price range, it's a little bit outside of that price range, but the Polar Grit X is $429. I don't think it's on sale. Let me check. How long have I been on the air? My new software doesn't tell me. Oh, there it is. 1 hour and 9 minutes. Okay, yeah. That's good. So the Polar Grid X is not on sale. It's $429. I don't think it often goes on sale. Let's check Polar's website. I hope it's polar.com. Is it? Yeah. Allow cookies, of course. Vantage V2. So nothing is on sale on Polar's website. But the Grid X is $429. And I just like how Polar does their... they use Recovery Pro, they call it, and it's just really good. Like, a lot of these brands just give you numbers. They throw numbers at you, like your VO2 max and your training load is 11,000, and this and that. Whereas Polar actually tells you what to do with it. They make educated recommendations with that data rather than just leave it up to you to try to figure out. So I really like that And that's all Polar watches. So if you're trying to stay in that budget, you could check out the Polar Ignite. That's actually on sale today, I think for $189. And the Polar Ignite I have a video about from a while back, and that's a LCD display, an OLED type. So it's not backlit. It's like a little cell phone display. So that's kind of cool. It is a little hard to read in direct sunlight, but I did have a pretty good experience with it. So maybe check that out if you're trying to stay in that budget. I'd say generally speaking, if you really care about like recovery and all the training metrics and all that stuff, any Polar branded device does a pretty good job, pretty darn good job at it. 55 minutes late. The hat is a must-have this Christmas. Yeah, I hope, I'm like fingers crossed I can get those hats by Christmas because I'd love to send some out. Pretty excited for them. Hello from Poland. Apart from Bluetooth, is there more significant differences between the HRM Pro and the HRM Tri? HRM Pro can be used as an activity monitor in offline mode. You nailed it. So the HRM Pro has the offline ability to collect wellness data like steps and activity time and active time and all that stuff. It also has Bluetooth where the Tri does not. So, and I've heard, like, they don't document this, but I've heard that they treated the HRM Pro, like the material of it, a little bit differently so that you could use it in the pool sparingly. It's not designed for pool use because of the chemicals, but within reason, you could go in the pool with it. I haven't tried that. I don't recommend it because it's not documented, but theoretically it has that advantage as well. But it is like almost twice the amount of money. So if you're only using Garmin devices, you could save some money and just get the Tri. You know, there's nothing wrong with the Tri. But there are a few perks to the Pro. And it's brand new, so it's going to be a little bit more expensive. About to buy the Instinct Solar. Love that watch. Where is it? I got to lay these out better for these live streams. I got it. Don't worry. I got it. So the Instinct Solar, I really enjoyed this watch. It's weird. It doesn't really fit any category, you know? It's like, it wants to be a Fenix. Is my battery dead? Which button do you press? Battery's probably dead. So it kind of like, oh, look at that. We got some juice. Oh, no, we don't. I always forget to charge these things. So it wants to be a Fenix. It's like a baby Fenix. With some of the perks of the Fenix, you get the power modes, you get really good battery life, you get solar performance, which is the most usable of all the Garmin's. And because it's got like this overlay inside, they were able to put more of that like high efficiency solar panel in there. I also kind of dig the look of it. Like, it's not super tactical looking. I'm not big on those, military watches, but you could pull this off. It's not super ugly. And I actually do like the monochrome display because it's so easy to read. It's like really, really crisp. Colors are not totally necessary on these watches. And for whatever reason, this just comes out a lot more like clear at angles than something like this 745. But if you're on the fence, I don't know. What are you on the fence about? Oh yeah, there is a watch that's on sale that I didn't mention so far, and that's the original Instinct. Check this out. The Garmin Instinct, the original, is $149 right now. That is a killer deal. So if you're interested in the Instinct but don't necessarily need really long battery life, the original Instinct is on sale. But it's not as good. Like, it's not just the solar that changed. They put a better GPS chip in it. You get much better battery life even without solar. It's just a snappier overall experience. So I would still try to step up to the solar if you want it. I'm mainly interested in the training load analysis of the Garmin Forerunner 745. Is there any other watch that you would provide the same analysis? Yeah, like I said before, Polar. Check out the Polar watches. They have something called Training Load Pro and Recovery Pro, and they are super useful. They're very good. So check that out. Do some Googling about it. There's a lot of videos out there and documents. It's really good. TTS says, what watch are you wearing at the moment? This is the Garmin Forerunner 745, and I'm only wearing it for some testing that I'm doing right now. I typically wear the Garmin 945, which is somewhere around here. That's kind of my go-to watch right now until the next Fenix or 955 or whatever they call it comes out. Hi from Czech Republic. For running, cycling, and hiking and accurate sensors, what's your suggestion? If you're kind of looking for a jack of all trades, I could recommend the Fenix 6, the Garmin 945, or the Coros Apex Pro, or even the Apex. Or, you know, I mean, there's a lot of options. You're looking for a general, well-rounded tool. The polar options, the Vantage V2, the Grid X, there's a really good device for that. I guess if you're looking at specific features, like if you wanted music, if you want mapping, if you want navigation features like point to point, that's when things get a little bit more confusing. But if you're just looking for like general overall usability, you've got options in all of the ecosystems. So maybe just lean towards the ecosystem you're already using. And if you don't have one already, I don't know, I'm partial to Polar and Garmin as far as ecosystems go, but they're all pretty good. For a beginner runner and health enthusiast, what ecosystem would you suggest? Garmin, Polar, or Fitbit in any specific watch? For beginner runner, yeah. So I've said this a few times during the stream, and it probably sounds like Coros is paying me by now, but they're definitely not. The Coros Pace 2, if you don't have a GPS watch and you're just getting into it and you want to see what it's all about, it's a really inexpensive way to get into GPS watches with something that's actually worth the money. The Pace 2 has a ton of features, and it's more than enough for a beginner runner. It'll keep you motivated. You'll see your mileage on your wrist. That kind of thing is what gets you out the door. So check that out for $200. It's a really good deal. Polar Grid X is $343 to $365 in Europe today from $420. Wow, that's weird that you're getting better pricing than I am. I wonder if they'll ship overseas. Hi there. I've seen you wearing an Apple Watch and reviewing other standard smartwatches. What is your feeling on the best Wear OS or Apple Watch? Is there a fitness app that stands out? Yeah. So let me get another sip of water. Between Apple Watch and Wear OS, they're both really good. It comes down to what you use as a phone, really. If you have an Android device, you can't buy an Apple Watch. Not an option. Really annoying that they do that, by the way. Like, I don't get it. I mean, maybe they're trying to sell more iPhones, but I think they're actually selling less watches because they're doing that. If they made it cross-functional, even at like a limited capacity, like just let us see our text messages and make phone calls and, you know, basic stuff. That would have been cool if they could have done that for Android, but they don't. So I like the Apple Watch. Don't get me wrong. It's a really nice device, and I have an iPhone, so it works out. But I really like the TicWatch Pro 3 as well. That's a Google Wear OS watch. And both platforms are really stable. I wouldn't say one's better than the other. So it really boils down to what phone you have. Now, in terms of apps, I've got two favorites on each platform. So write these down. For the Apple Watch, spend $5 on the Work Outdoors app. That's spelled out exactly as I say it. All one word. Work Outdoors. It makes the Apple Watch a much more functional sports watch. You can actually load routes on it and follow it on a map. And it gives you way more data screens. And it's just way more functional. And for Android, for Wear OS, download the Sporty Go app, which is also very good. I think it was free. No, it wasn't free. There's like a free trial. But when I think it's like $3. It gives you the ability to pair external sensors like a stride pod, a heart rate sensor, all in that little Sporty Go app, and it syncs to Strava and external platforms. So really cool. Totally worth the couple of bucks that it costs to get. So those are the two apps I would suggest: Work Outdoors and Sporty Go, depending on what platform you're on, Apple or Google. But yeah, between the two of them, I'd say it just depends what watch what phone you have. If you have an Apple Watch, get a Apple app. If you have an iPhone, get an Apple Watch. If you have an Android phone, get a Wear OS watch, because the ecosystem just works better. Even though you can use Google Wear on iPhone, it works better on Android. And Apple works awesome on iPhone and doesn't work at all on Android. So it's kind of an easy decision to make. If you're in the market for like those OLED smartwatch type things, the TicWatch Pro 3 and the Suunto 7 is cool, especially at the price point that's marked down to today. It was a little bit harder to swallow at over $500, but at $430, it's a pretty solid buy. The TicWatch Pro 3 is $300. I wonder if it's on sale today. Let's check. TicWatch Pro 3. Nope, not on sale. Oh, no, that's not the Pro 3. That's the older one. But yeah, still $299. Looks like they're actually sold out too, which I'm not surprised. Really cool watch. Okay. Just bought the Fenix 6 Pro. It's awesome, but the altimeter sometimes struggles. Can you help fix it? I don't know if I can fix it for you. All I can recommend is what Garmin will tell you. Take the watch, take the bands off, get a bowl of water, put the watch in the bowl of water for a few hours, shake it around a little bit, and let it soak in there for a while. Sometimes debris gets caught up in the little hole that goes to the barometer or the altimeter, and that can cause bad readings. So I would try that. If that doesn't work, you probably have a faulty device. I would contact Garmin for a replacement, and that is unfortunate, but they are pretty accommodating, and they'll get a new one out to you pretty quick. They actually do cross shipping too. So if you're like need a watch and you're like training or whatever, they'll ship you one before you send yours out, but you do have to give them a deposit to make sure you're not going to steal their watch when you have two of them. Do you use Garmin's daily suggested workout? I that's why I'm wearing the 745 right now. I've been trying it. I've been seeing what it's all about. It's pretty good. It's not perfect. I don't know what they're basing all of their data on. I think it's a combination of body battery, your sleep, your training load, and the recovery advisor. I think it's all those things play into what presents as a recommendation. But it seems like mine every day tells me to run my base, which I'm not going to do that. So, I like to do like, I think they call it like 80-20 workouts, where you do like 20% easy and or it's the opposite. You do 80% easy and 20% hard on a weekly basis. So I kind of just follow that, but I have been trying to follow it to see what it's all about. If it's going to benefit me, if it will benefit you. I think Polar does that a little bit better. They have something called FitSpark that can do recommended workouts, and it won't only be running. Like Garmin, it's only running. But they'll recommend things like mobility or stretching or doing some yoga or whatever. And that's kind of cool. Like if you're really hitting it hard and you're logging a ton of miles, that is a little bit more useful, I think. But yeah, no, the Garmin recommendation thing it's legit. You could totally use it, especially if you're new to running. It would probably be a lot more functional. I've got years of running behind me, so I feel like doesn't know me quite as well as I do, but it is useful. For running, work outdoors stands out on the Apple Watch. Yep, just mentioned it. I agree. Who would you recommend the Instinct Solar to? So that would be hikers, people who go backpacking, I think would benefit from that watch because it can follow a course. It's got great battery life. You could potentially like hang it up on your tent while you're hanging out by camp or sleeping or whatever. So that would be useful. I also think alpinists, maybe people going on expeditions or long climbs in the mountains, could benefit from it because it's got a lot of features that they'd probably find useful. I think it's really designed for that like hiker, backpacker, climber type person. I don't think it's designed specifically for trail running or running in general because it doesn't have any training tools on it. It doesn't have training load. It doesn't have a recovery advisor. It doesn't give you the VO2 max or anything like that. It's really designed for orienteering, navigation, tracking your GPS track, mapping. Even though it doesn't have maps on board, it has a lot of tools that can help you in a pinch if you're, in the mountains or whatever. by using the compass, the altimeter, projecting waypoints, all that stuff. So I think it's for that person. I don't necessarily think it's for runners, cyclists, trail runners, any of those people. That said, you can certainly use it in that capacity if you want to. And if you love the look of it, and maybe you're mainly a hiker, but you occasionally run, totally usable in that scenario. So it's not, it is what it is. It's designed for that use. Okay, I'm going to take a few more, and then we're probably going to wrap it up. But thanks for joining. Let's keep going. I want a Garmin Fenix 6 or Fenix or Coros Spec Pro Apex, I'm going to guess that is. Which one should I go with? I focus on ultra running. So they'll both do the job. Ultra running in general, I think Coros has a big leg up there because their battery life is just so bananas for the money you're paying for it. If you want any sort of mapping, then you have to go with the Fenix. The Apex can navigate a course. You can upload a GPX file to it. I think they'll both do the job, and maybe you should just go with whatever ecosystem you're already in. That might be save you some time in learning a new system. And if you don't have one, I'm back and forth. If you're like a techie person and you like the add-ons and all the widgets and stuff you get with the Fenix, go that way. If you're more of a simple person, you don't like a lot of fluff and you just want something that works, Coros is a great option. Okay, I came here to have you tell me how to spend more of my money. Thanks for joining. That's what I do. Garmin Forerunner 945 for $520. No, well, yeah, that's a good deal. I have seen it around $499, so you may want to watch it, but you're pretty safe at $520. Just keep an eye on it after the fact, because you could probably get $20 more off. Unless you are a hardcore ultra runner. I don't know what that pertains to, but they're cool. Thanks for a comprehensive answer. Appreciate it. You're welcome. Hi from France, Dave. I have a Garmin Instinct. I love the fact that it's indestructible, but as mainly a runner, I miss some of the features, and I want to go ski touring with my watch. Fenix 6 or Forerunner 945. Yeah, as I just mentioned, it's exactly the situation a lot of people find themselves in, is they love the simplicity of the Instinct, but then they're like, where's my VO2 max? Where's my training load? Just doesn't exist on that watch. Between the 945 and the Fenix 6, I would go check out my video I posted about a month ago now called 945 versus Fenix 6 in 2020. I'm wearing the 945 regularly now because they have done firmware updates that make it almost exactly the same as the Fenix 6 in a smaller, less expensive, lighter package. So I like that part of it. But if you love that like premium rugged feeling on your wrist, then the Fenix 6 is still the way to go. And they're both pretty close in price right now because Fenix 6 is only $30 more than the 945. So they're almost the same price. Fenix 6 does have a few more features. It has power modes. It's better built. It can go deeper in water, I think. Or they might be both 100 meters. Oh no, the 945 is 50 meters, I think. But yeah, it's hard to say. If you like that chunky metal, kind of tank of a watch, the Fenix 6 is the way to go. And it's also got all of the features, whereas the 945 has like 98% of the features in a lighter package. So I've been wearing the 945 because it's more comfortable for daily life for me. Oh, I missed one. Hello, using a Amazfit Bip as a hobby runner. I enjoy the GPS accuracy. I do not really see any other day to track my training. What is it? Wait, hello, I'm reading these too fast. I'm using the Amazfit Bip as a hobby runner. I enjoy the GPS accuracy and do not really need any other data to track my training. What is it that you don't mention this watch? Oh, I've never tested it. I did try the Amazfit Stratos, and that was a really cool watch. Actually tried that before I had a YouTube channel. I had a written blog and I typed out a review about that watch. And I really enjoyed that thing. It was only like $130 and I compared it to a Fenix 5 at the time. So Amazfit does really nice things. I just haven't had a chance to try it out. Oh, I missed one. Hello from the Philippines. Almost 4 a.m. here. Where'd you get the cap? Oh yeah, this one. My wife actually found this on Amazon and she thought it would be funny for YouTube. ho times 3, ho, ho, ho. So I'm really digging that. It was only like $12. I'll throw the link down in the description, but yeah, it was on Amazon. It's pretty cheap. I also got the shirt. It says, "Don't hog the nog." Speaking of eggnog. Who likes eggnog out there? Do you guys, do you like eggnog? Okay. If you wear an Apple Watch during the week, but then switch to the Garmin 945 for the weekend, does this mean that you never collect good data with your Garmin? Not necessarily. I would say you wouldn't be collecting like your steps and stuff, but you could still track your training load with it if you use it for every run. If you're using the Apple Watch for running and then switching to the 945 for weekend runs, yeah, you're going to get all mixed up data on both devices. So if you're using any, if you're using like Work Outdoors, for instance, or Health or Run Gap or Fit Health on Apple, those will all give you some sort of fitness index of like how you're improving over time. And then Garmin does that too with their training load and VO2 max. So neither one will be accurate unless you do both, unless you use both at the same time. You wear both for every run. But if you wear the Apple Watch to collect your steps and sleep and all that stuff, and then switch to the 945 for all of your runs, you'll get accurate data on both. You'll be able to look at your steps and stuff on your Apple Watch and then look at your training load and recovery on your 945. That, I could see that being a viable use case. I found myself doing that when I was testing out the Apple Watch because I like running with my 945, but everyday life is really nice with the Apple Watch, like just going to work and answering text messages, and you can make phone calls right into it. There's a lot of perks with the Apple Watch. So I was doing that for a little while. You can still get good data. And again, if you sync to third-party apps like Training Peaks or Strava, you could use their tools, like their fitness index tools, and use both devices and funnel them into one source. Training Peaks, I don't think it's free. Strava's free. I don't know. Actually, and it's not free anymore. So then they put it behind the paywall, the fitness index thing. I don't find it super accurate though. Ivan Acosta, what massage gun would you recommend? I have one right here. Hang on. There it is. This is the TaoTronics Massage Gun. TaoTronics. I have a link for this down in the description because it was on sale today. This is usually $130 and it's on sale for $99, or it was like 101, some random number. What I like about this is it's really quiet. Like I'll turn it on right now. First you have to flip the switch. So if you hear that, it just has like a low pitch hum. And I had one before this it sounded like a jigsaw. It was super loud. Like I couldn't sit here in my office and use it while my kids were taking a nap. It would wake everybody up. This one is really quiet and feels like, it's real high quality. It's got a really long lasting battery. So I've been really enjoying this so far. I actually have this in my video that I posted this morning about recommendations for the runner in your life. This made the cut, one of the 14 items I have in there. So yeah, if you're looking for a massage gun, check out that. Link is down in the description again. Just got a Garmin Fenix 6 Sapphire based on your past videos. Loving it so far. I came across an Apple Watch and would like to keep syncing my workouts from the Garmin to the iPhone. So far, no luck. Okay. You haven't been able to sync your workouts from the Garmin to your iPhone? That's weird. I would recommend, this actually happens to some people I know. Every time this happens, like you have a weird connection with your iPhone, do a factory reset on your watch. Make sure it's all in the cloud. If you have to, plug it into your computer and use Garmin Connect or Garmin Express rather to sync it to Garmin Connect. Once that's up there and it's safe, then do a factory reset on your watch and try setting it up from scratch. Because sometimes it does something with an iPhone where it's a fresh install, even delete the app, delete Garmin Connect from your phone, start over, all over. And once you get a good connection, usually it stays that way for a pretty long time. So not the first time I've heard that, but give that a shot. Brian Chandler says, bring back the beard. I might, I don't know. I look back at my videos. I'm like, man, that was kind of cool. Right now I'm looking pretty scruffy. I'm like lazy man. You know, I cut the hair on my face the same time I do my head. One blade, you know, the whole thing. This is the epitome of being lazy. So I'll think about it. Thank you. I've never looked at a polar. Oh, didn't click it. You're welcome. Yeah, I hope that helps. Love the nog with a good shot of bourbon in it. Oh yeah, you got to put the bourbon in there. What's eggnog without bourbon? Birdie says thank you. You're welcome. Okay, with that, I think I'm going to wrap it up. Just as a reminder, I've got all of the links of the things we talked about. If I missed something, I'll go back and link it down below. Those links support the channel. I've got some big announcements coming up, some really big changes to the channel coming in the next like few days. So I'm nervous. And I'm going into this YouTube thing. I'm getting more serious about it. And so yeah, there's going to be some changes around here and I'm excited about them. I also want to mention again, this hat. Wow, that's big on the screen. If you go into the link in the description to the Chase the Summit merch store, you can buy stickers, which I have here. They're only a few dollars. Show the stickers in real life. There we go. Where's the camera? There it is. So they're holographic. They're super cool. They like on the bumper of your car. They look really awesome. And I've been selling a bunch of these. It's really exciting that people are into these and using them. I've been getting pictures on Instagram of people putting them on their water bottles and stuff. So that's really exciting for me. And this hat is the next investment. I bought a bunch of them with my own hard-earned money from this YouTube channel. I just flipped over to put into these hats. These are genuine Boco gear hats, and they're super comfortable. I actually have a few here. Like this one. This is not the exact hat, but this is a Boco gear hat. And these are just awesome running hats. They're like crazy comfortable. And these new custom ones I have being printed, I'm so stoked on. I can't wait to wear it myself. So go check out that link down in the description. Okay, and one final thing I want to bring up. This is totally out of left field, but I just want to say, be good out there, be well to each other. Right now, it's a very materialistic money. There's a lot of money being handed off during Black Friday and Cyber Monday and everything. I just want to say, be good to each other. It's corny, I know, but like we're in a time. The world's insane right now. The numbers here, like the sick people numbers around here, is crazy. And I just want to spread some positivity to be better to each other and be safe during these holidays. And I hope everyone has a happy New Year and all that stuff. Christmas. I'll talk to you before then. We'll have another live stream before then. But I just want to say thank you to everybody. We're approaching 20,000 subscribers on my channel, and it's been quite a journey. Like I started this channel just like with 20 subscribers and talking about my races and stuff, and it's grown like crazy. And I'm so thankful for what this channel has done, where it's gone, what you guys, coming to this live stream and talking and interacting. It's really given me a creative outlet during a time like this pandemic where I really need something like this. So it's been awesome to have an outlet and a reason to make these videos. And the more interaction I get, the more motivation I have to get out there and make stuff and make content. And so thank you. That's my little corny outro. Thanks to everybody, all 68 of you that are still watching and seeing this tail end of the live stream. And I hope you're well. Be safe. I'll see you in the next one.